You've been lied to, and you'll probably never beat your OCD until you realize it's a lie. Pretty much everyone with OCD believes this lie. That's what's keeping them stuck. I had OCD for 14 years till I learned this, and then I beat it for good. The lie is that you have to just accept things. You have to accept your worst fears and accept the awful thoughts and feelings. That's the only way to recover. That is not true. Once you understand the psychology behind why they think you have to accept it, you can realize there's a way more empowering, better way to heal for good. These are the 3 reasons why you don't have to accept uncertainty, and instead you can actually have certainty that all the awful things are just lies and that the good thing is true instead. 1, when you try to get rid of or fight against the OCD thoughts and feelings, that just tells your brain that they must be a danger, or else you wouldn't be trying so hard to get rid of them. That just makes things worse, which is why ERP says you just have to accept the thoughts and feelings, just let them do what they want. But that is not true. Instead, you don't experience the thoughts and feelings themselves, you experience the meaning that you give them. So if you can change the meaning of those thoughts and feelings so they become nothing to you, or so they become something that actually supports you and makes your life better, you can take all their power away because you won't care if they're there or not at all. Your brain will stop viewing them as a danger, and it will automatically get rid of them without just having to accept the terrible thoughts and feelings. 2, you have to realize you can never prove your way to certainty, because certainty doesn't come from evidence. Certainty comes from your brain. The emotion, the subconscious patterns you've memorized, that's what creates certainty. When you have memorized something enough, that's when you are certain of it. If you can stop determining your beliefs based off of the feelings and instead you can say, I don't care how I think, I don't care how I feel, I'm going to choose to believe this thing because I want to memorize that belief, because I want to create that belief into my future. Then the more you do that, the more that you are training your brain to believe something, so that in the future you'll have memorized it enough that then you can actually feel the certainty of it. 3, most of the time when people try to get certainty, they do it by proving and trying to convince themselves that that thing is true. But what happens when I go, oh, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free? I might be thinking I'm free, but what's that actually telling my brain of what must be true? I must not be free, or else I wouldn't be trying so hard to convince myself that I'm free. If you want to be able to create the feeling of certainty inside yourself, you have to get your brain to actually believe that you are free. You have to get your brain to actually view that as real. So in order to do that, you have to ask yourself, if I was believing that, if I did know that thing was true, how would I be thinking about it? And then start thinking that way, and it will tell your brain, yes, this thing must be true, because we are thinking as if it's true, instead of we are thinking in a way to try to convince ourselves it's true, which is just telling ourselves it must not be true.